Let me tell you one of the strangest stories ever linked to a real place on Earth. A group of travelers goes near a mountain so sacred that people refuse to climb it. They don't stay there for months. They don't stay there for years. They stay there for just 12 days. And when they return, their families are shocked. Their faces look different. Their eyes look tired and sunken. Their skin looks older. Their hair looks thinner. Some even claim their hair turned white. And then the rumor spreads. They age 12 years in 12 days. Now, if you hear this on the internet, your first reaction should be, "That's impossible." And you're right. But here's why this story is so powerful. Because it's attached to a place that already feels like it belongs in another world. A place surrounded by ancient religious belief, forbidden rules, strange geography, and legends older than history. That place is Mount Kailash. And today we're going to explore this mystery. Not like blind believers, but like investigators. Because even if the story is not literally true, the reasons behind it are still mind-blowing. Mount Kailash is located in Tibet, near Lake Manasarovar. It's not the tallest mountain in the world, but it might be the most spiritually important. It is sacred to Hindus, home of Lord Shiva; Buddhists, a holy cosmic mountain; Jains, a liberation site; Bon, the ancient religion of Tibet. Think about that. 4 religions, different cultures, different histories, and all of them point to the same mountain as holy. That alone is unusual. And it makes people believe the mountain is not normal. Some call it the axis of the world, the center of spiritual energy, a gateway between worlds. So when a time-speed legend appears, people don't laugh. They listen. This legend spreads fast because it touches the deepest human fear. Time. We can survive hunger. We can survive pain. But time? Time always wins. Aging is the one thing no one can escape. So when someone says, "There is a place where time speeds up," it immediately becomes viral. Because it feels like the ultimate horror. Not dying, but losing your life faster than normal. And Mount Kailash is the perfect stage for that story. Remote, cold, silent, sacred, forbidden. A mountain that already feels like a doorway to something unknown. Here's something important. The 12 years in 12 days story is not one single confirmed event. It appears in many forms. Some say it happened to Russian travelers. Some say it happened to a group of scientists. Some say it happened to pilgrims. Some say it happened to 2 men who entered a forbidden area. In many versions, there's a dramatic detail. Their nails and hair grew unusually fast. Now, scientifically, this is extremely doubtful. Hair and nails can't grow at that speed. But when a story is repeated for decades, details get exaggerated. And Mount Kailash is the perfect place for exaggeration. Because it already has an atmosphere of myth. Now let's leave the internet for a moment. Let's talk about what is truly documented. People who travel near Kailash experience extreme conditions. The region is high altitude, remote, and harsh. Pilgrims doing the Kora often report dizziness, nausea, confusion, shortness of breath, sudden emotional breakdown, and deep spiritual visions. Some even report hallucinations. And this is not supernatural. This is what happens when the brain is deprived of oxygen. So imagine a person who goes there for 12 days. They are exhausted. They are dehydrated. They are under stress. They are emotionally overwhelmed. When they return, their family says, "You look like you aged. And that becomes you age 12 years. That is how myths are born. The sacred walk around Kailash is about 52 kilometers. It sounds like a long hike. But it's much worse. Because the highest point is Dolmala Pass. Over 5,600 meters. At that altitude, even healthy people can suffer. Altitude sickness is real. It can cause severe headaches, vomiting, confusion, swelling in the brain, fluid in the lungs, and in extreme cases, death. Some pilgrims collapse. Some are carried by others. And sadly, some never return. So Kailash is not a place for comfort. It is a place that breaks you. And when a place breaks you, you come back changed. Let's talk science. At high altitude, oxygen levels drop. Your body responds immediately. Heartbeat increases. Breathing becomes rapid. Sleep becomes poor. Appetite decreases. Dehydration increases. Now here's what happens to your appearance. You lose water, face becomes dry. You lose fat, cheeks sink. Eyes look darker. Lips crack. Skin looks older. Hair looks dull. You lose energy. This can happen in just a few days. So someone can return from Kailash looking like they aged years. Even though they didn't. Kailash is cold. But it also has intense sunlight. That's because at high altitude, UV radiation is stronger. So you get a dangerous combination. Freezing wind drying the skin. Strong UV damaging the skin. Poor hydration. Exhaustion. Your skin can become rough and wrinkled. Your hands can crack. Your face can peel. This is why mountain climbers often look aged after expeditions. Not because time changed, but because the environment attacked their body. Now let's talk about stress. When humans are under extreme stress, the body releases cortisol. High cortisol affects immune system, skin repair, digestion, sleep, mood, and memory. Stress can make you look older. It can also make hair turn gray faster in some cases. Not overnight. But stress can speed up visible aging. So if a person is terrified, exhausted, and struggling to breathe, their body will show it. This is the real reason the legend feels believable. Because people really do return looking different. Now here's the deeper truth. Mount Kailash is not just a location. It is a symbol. When humans enter sacred places, something happens. The brain shifts. You become more sensitive, more emotional, more alert. Every small event feels meaningful. A strange wind becomes a sign. A sudden headache becomes a warning. A dream becomes a message. This is how sacred places work psychologically. So the mountain becomes more than rock. It becomes a living presence in the mind. Even if science explains most of it, the myth will survive. Because myths don't survive due to proof. They survive because they express human emotions. The Kailash time myth expresses fear of aging, fear of unknown forces, belief in spiritual power, the idea that some places are not meant for humans. And that's why it spreads. Because deep down, people want to believe that Earth still has forbidden zones. So, is Mount Kailash truly the place where you age 12 years in 12 days? Probably not in a literal, scientific way. But is it a place where your body can change rapidly? Yes. Is it a place where your mind can shift dramatically? Yes. Is it a place where legends feel real? Absolutely. Because Mount Kailash is one of those rare places on Earth where nature is extreme, history is ancient, and belief is powerful. And when all three combine, a mountain becomes more than a mountain. It becomes a mystery machine, a legend factory, a mirror of human fear. So maybe the real truth is this: Kailash doesn't change time. Kailash changes people. And once a person is changed, time suddenly feels different forever.
Subscribe Info Beyond Borders now for more mind-blowing knowledge.